At Collins Street, the first stop connecting trams travelling to the right are for Route 112 to West Preston and Brunswick Street, Route 109 to Box Hill and Victoria Street, North Richmond, and Route 31 to St Vincent's Plaza, Brunswick Street. Trams travelling to the left, Route 112 to South Melbourne and St Kilda Beach via Crown Casino, Route 109 to Port Melbourne via Crown Casino, and Route 31 to the Collins Street extension and Batman Hill Drive in Docklands. Z3 Class Tram 178, the tram directly in front of our tram, was the first tram to be fitted with a new prototype orange LED destination display on the inside and the outside of the tram. The tram was also fitted with an automated announcement system based on the original prototype used on the City Circle trams. So theoretically, this tram can run across the whole network and can make automated announcements that have been set up right through the tram network. The next stop is for Burke Street and the Burke Street Mall. Trams travelling to the left up the hill on Burke Street are Route 96 to St Kilda Beach via Southern Cross Station and Crown Casino, Route 86 to Telstra Dome via Southern Cross Station, and Route 95 to King Street. Trams travelling to the right are Route 96 to East Brunswick via Nicholson Street, Route 86 to Bundoora RMIT via Smith Street, and Route 95 to the Melbourne Museum, City Gertrude Street. Route 95 is a city service used for special events and Monday to Friday lunchtime extra services. The tram is now approaching Latrobe Street. Latrobe Street has connections for the City Circle service, the free tram operating 7 days a week, the Monday to Friday Route 30 service from Brunswick Street to Docklands Newquay, and Route 24, the Monday to Friday afternoon peak service to North Baldwin. The curve, which actually runs from Elizabeth Street to the left on Latrobe Street, is very, very rarely used, and even then is only used if necessary to help with clearing delays on Elizabeth Street and Latrobe Street.
What's going on? Oh yeah, we haven't had North Coburg tram for the last 20 minutes.
Oh, where are you?
I'm at Franklin Street, so I'm just going to take a shorter meal break and go to North Coburg. I mean, literally, the tram is full. I've got no room. I'm leaving people behind.
Oh, alright.
So I'm carrying 250 people.
Oh,
So
no problem anyway.
yeah, no worries. Look, I'll be a few minutes late, but I'll be around anyway.
Okay.
Is Bruno taking a meal at Brunswick, or is he just doing it for the first bit?
I don't know.
All right, I'll see you when I see you anyway.
Okay.
All right.
Victoria Street and Elizabeth Street intersection is also the stop for the Queen Victoria Market. At this stop, tram 57 to West Maribyrnong and North Melbourne turns left onto Victoria Street, and tram 19 to North Coburg, 59 to Airport West continues straight along Elizabeth Street. Tram tracks veering to the right of your screen give access to Swanston Street. This section of track is mainly used by tram drivers from Brunswick Depot and Essendon Depot, transporting trams to Preston workshops or other parts of the Yarra Trams network, but also gives drivers access to roads like Latrobe Street, Burke Street and Flinders Street when undertaking special event duties such as football at Telstra Dome and the MCG. Trams number 1 and 8 can also be diverted along Royal Parade and Sydney Road from Swanston Street if there is a blockage along Swanston Street or Logan Street affecting their service. The crossover on the other side of the intersection is mainly used by trams from Swanston Street needing access to Elizabeth Street, such as on this particular day, tram 5018 from Southbank Depot, travelling along Swanston Street to gain access to Elizabeth Street for Dalai Lama special extra duties at Princess Park Optus Oval. The tram 5018 ran along Swanston Street, ran along Victoria Street coming from the right of your screen, then shunted at the crossover and then gained access to Elizabeth Street from the crossover. The large roundabout is known as the Haymarket. At the Haymarket, Route 59 to Airport West diverts to the left, and Route 19 to North Coburg diverts to the right along Royal Parade. The Haymarket is also the mid-timing point for OPR purposes for the North Coburg tram route. Over the years, the Haymarket has experienced its fair share of accidents between cars and trams. To try and alleviate the amount of accidents at the Haymarket, luminous signs saying give way to trams, which actually flash as a tram approaches the intersection, were installed at the Haymarket. Also on the ground, a red scoria was actually installed so drivers knew exactly where the tram tracks were, so they wouldn't actually cross as the trams ran through the intersection. Royal Parade was a constant source of delay for trams. As a part of the government Think Tram project, yellow separation strips were added along Royal Parade, thus separating the trams and motorists from each other. The only time a car could enter the tram track would be where the yellow separation strips were removed, for example at an intersection where a car was actually doing a right-hand turn. Extra priority T-lights at the start and the end of each cycle and extra right-hand turning arrows were added for motorists. This improved the right-hand turning flow for cars and gave trams a much constant and clearer run along Royal Parade, as the intersections were clear and not being clogged up by right-hand turning motorists. One of the more surprising aspects of the North Coburg tram route was the horse-drawn tram to the Melbourne Zoo, which actually operated from the corner of Gatehouse Street and Royal Parade on the left at stop number 13 to the Melbourne Zoo front entrance. The idea being that diversions to popular destinations such as the Melbourne Zoo would also increase patronage on the Brunswick cable car route. While it wasn't economical to actually build a full electric tramway or cable car system, a horse-drawn tram was a cheap and economical way of diverting passengers to their most popular destinations. The line itself opened on the 10th of March 1890, and by the year 1919 the Zoo horse-drawn tram line was the only type still operating in Melbourne. The tram line itself operated for about 1 kilometre, running through the park to the main entrance of the Royal Melbourne Zoo. The tram actually operated along MacArthur Road, which is to the left off Royal Parade along the North Coburg tram route. The depot and all related tram cars were destroyed in a fire in November 1923.
So next stop is for Princess Park, Optus Oval, MC Labour Park, Dalai Lama. So when you get off, please remember to move to the left-hand side of the curb and the police will direct you over with the green van. Coming back tonight, there will be extra trams and normal North Coburg trams running along Royal Parade to get you back to Elizabeth Street. because when you're getting off, if they're really frustrated, they will attempt to run you over to get past my tram. We are enemy number one along the road because people don't like us. We delay the cars that want to get there 10 seconds earlier. Sorry, I tell a lie, it's not this stop, it's actually the next one. So those for Princess Park, not this stop. Sorry, I very rarely come off this way. Okay, no, I promise you are getting off at the next stop. No, his operations, he knows what he's doing, it's alright. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ta. Yeah. I'm running an extra. Yeah.
Sleep on the seats now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, mate.
You going to North?
Yeah, I am.
And then you're running from North?
Yeah, I'm running an extra back
Okay.
on.
When you come the second half,
Yeah.
I need you to run a special all the way until you see me on the other stop.
Okay, beautiful. No worries.
Unloading for special events on Sydney Road and more often than not at Princess Park Optus Oval occur at stop number 16 Walker Street and Sydney Road. Generally speaking, the supervisor, called the extra, is there to meet the tram, disembark passengers and give directions on how to get to the main event they are attending. The extra can then pass on any special instructions to the driver that has just disembarked all his or her passengers. In the case of an extra tram, such as 5018, the tram on this DVD, the extra will normally send the tram to Brunswick Road, back to Elizabeth Street to pick up more passengers, and the process starts again. Normal service trams to North Coburg will then continue along Sydney Road.
When we get to Brunswick Road, okay, right, it's probably easier for you just to walk across to Brunswick Street. It's going to take about 15 minutes.
Thanks.
Okay. Now, even then, you're still a bit far out of the way. I mean, what made you get on this tram?
So many tourists.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
We should get off and go back because I'm going to be home soon.
all right. So where do you want to go to Brunswick Street? Do you?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to go there, or you just want to
We
go
don't
there?
have to. We don't have to.
Okay. What time have you got to be home?
Soon. I've got to catch like a train in like less than an hour.
You're not going to go to Brunswick Street then? No.
Doesn't matter.
No. I
Sydney
mean,
Road. That's where we want to go.
you want Sydney?
Yes, that's Sydney Road. We're getting off this stop.
Okay.
This is you want to go to Sydney Road? Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. You want Sydney Road in Brunswick?
Sorry?
You want Sydney Road in Brunswick? Is that what you want?
I don't know.
Either way, Sydney Road continues on just a bit further. So when we hit that second set of traffic lights, that's the start of Sydney Road.
Awesome.
Okay, so you can stay with me and I'll take you off a bit further.
Thank you.
Sorry, when you said Brunswick Street, that's in Fitzroy and I drive that line as well, so...
Okay.
It's quite possible she did. I mean, it's...
Sydney Road now. What is that?
How far down is it? Because
I'm just looking for big department shows saying Siemens.
I think I've got to catch this 3:16 in order to get home in time.
The crossover at Brunswick Road and Park Street is used primarily to turn trams back to the city that are being used as extras from Elizabeth Street for special events such as the visiting Dalai Lama, who was preaching at Princes Park Optus Oval. So the crossover these days is very, very rarely used, as there are very few special events that actually operate from the Elizabeth Street terminus. To the left on Brunswick Road, beside Bridie O'Reilly's Hotel, on the corner of Black Street and Brunswick Road, is the original powerhouse, which was actually used to power the cable for the cable trams running along the Brunswick Line cable track.
Sydney 857. Who drives up here to get to Sydney?
Yeah, no, it used to be the old highway to the old main road, access road to Sydney, until they put in all the
The
freeways.
tram passes through the suburb of Brunswick, which stretches from the corner of Brunswick Road and Sydney Road right through to Moreland Road. The suburb of Coburg stretches from Moreland Road through to Murray Road and Gaffney Street, becoming North Coburg from that corner to the terminus in Bakers Road.
No worries. As long as you're happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Many of the delays along the route occur between the streets of Brunswick Road in Brunswick and Bell Street in Coburg. This is because from the corner of Brunswick Road right through to Bell Street, it is basically a shopping precinct for the suburbs of Brunswick and Coburg. The tram line and the cars actually share the same section of road. To help alleviate delays, as a part of the Think Tram project, priority arrows and T-lights were installed at the start and the end of light cycles to try and improve the flow of trams along the route. On this particular day, which is very unusual, we had a very, very good run through Brunswick and Coburg. The original Brunswick cable car line ran from the current terminus at Elizabeth and Flinders Streets through to Moreland Road and Sydney Road. The line opened in October 1887. The cable line lasted until 1935, when in September the Elizabeth Street cable line was closed for conversion to the electric tramway. Between September 1935 and April 1936, various stages of the cable car tramway were uplifted and converted to electric tramway traction. The final piece from Burke Street to Moreland Road was opened on the 26th of April 1936. main entrance to Brunswick Depot is located on Cameron Street, which operates parallel to Sydney Road on the left-hand side. Access to Cameron Street is gained via Moreland Road, where trams then turn left onto Cameron Street. Brunswick Depot operates Route 19 from Elizabeth Street to North Coburg, Route 1 East Coburg to South Melbourne Beach, and also shares Route 8 from Moreland to Toorak and Glenferrie Roads with Melbourne Depot. Brunswick Depot also serves as a maintenance facility for Z-Class, A-Class and B-Class trams.
Next stop, corner Moreland and Sydney Road.
When a changeover is required for the service tram en route, the changeover is done in Moreland Road. The driver bringing the new tram out brings the tram out from Brunswick Depot and waits in Moreland Road, just before Sydney Road. The current service tram with all the passengers then turns into Moreland Road and lines up with the other trams side by side. Both trams then open their middle, or what is known as offside doors. Passengers then transfer from the current tram to the empty tram that has just been transported out from Brunswick Depot. The current service driver then jumps onto the changeover tram and then continues on to either North Coburg or Elizabeth Street City.
Thank you. That's all right. Drive smoothly.
Access to Brunswick Depot when travelling to North Coburg is gained by turning left onto Moreland Road. Trams travelling from the right of screen along Moreland Road are tram number 8 from Glenferrie and Toorak Roads to Moreland, and running trams to Brunswick Depot from route number 1 along Nicholson Street to Bell Street. Trams from the left of screen along Moreland Road are trams travelling from Brunswick Depot, and tram number 8 originating from Moreland travelling through to Glenferrie and Toorak Roads.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Brunswick Depot opened on the 26th of April 1936 as a 9-road operating depot following the total conversion of the Brunswick cable car route to electric tram operation. The Brunswick Depot was built adjacent to the old cable car depot. Up until October 1952, the only operating tram route out of Brunswick Depot was Route 19 to North Coburg. In October 1952, the routes operating to Moreland and East Coburg transferred from the old Coburg Tram Depot, which was located on Nicholson Street. From this date, the Coburg Tram Depot ceased to be an operational tram depot. For the next 4 years, the Coburg Tram Depot continued to store trams, when in 1956 it was closed to tram traffic completely. For a number of years, the depot buildings were used by the Tram Overhead Department.
friend in South Bank. Sorry, you're breaking up. Thanks very much. For today. Just for this run, actually. This is the only time you'll ever see it up here. Sorry. I'm a South Bank driver, so that's why it's here. Thank you. You think I do a good job? You can come again anytime. People are nice and friendly up this way. Yeah, they are. Now, I've been up this way before, but because of Dalai Lama's at Princess Park, we're actually running extra trams, and I've just come up this way because we didn't have any trams coming back the other way. So we're just helping out.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, exactly right.
So just for today?
Just for this time only.
Oh.
Yeah.
What time it starts? Sunday morning tram?
No, I don't know actually, because I drive South Bank and I don't normally come up this way, so I don't know.
Next stop, Burke Street and Sydney Road.
You like the new tram, do you? Yeah, it's a treat, isn't it?
It's a crossover just north of Bell Street that is generally used to adjust late running trams from Elizabeth Street so they can be on time for their return trip back to the city from North Coburg.
Very friendly too.
Aside from the start and the finish of the route, where trams are monitored for OPR purposes for arrival and departure times from each terminus, Bell Street is the third and final timing point along the actual route. The other timing points for the Yarra Trams franchise are at Collins and Elizabeth Street and the Haymarket roundabout. The Yarra Trams franchise agreement is different to the former M-Tram National Express franchise agreement in that the M-Tram franchise actually had different timing points and an extra 2 monitoring points along the route. So the timing points along the route for the former M-Tram franchise were at Victoria and Elizabeth Streets at the Queen Victoria Market, Gatehouse Street and Royal Parade, Brunswick Road and Sydney Roads, Brunswick Depot, and Bell Street and Sydney Road.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, you too. Watch for the cars.
The first tram service to operate along Sydney Road from the Moreland Road cable car tram terminus was actually a horse-drawn service, which opened in February 1889. The service operated along Sydney Road to Gaffney Street. In December 1915, the horse-drawn tram service was closed. By April of 1916, the electric tram service operated by the then Melbourne, Brunswick and Coburg Tramway Trust was opened to Bell Street and Sydney Road. In May of that same year, the line was extended to the current Bakers Road terminus. The single line was duplicated in stages and was only fully duplicated to the Bakers Road terminus in April of 1965. The original electric tram actually ran from the former Coburg Depot on Nicholson Street. The tram ran along Lygon Street into Moreland Road and then onto Sydney Road, only being diverted to the current route through to Elizabeth Street when the cable car conversion was complete in 1936. For a number of years, from the early 1980s into the 1990s, the North Coburg tram route substituted for the Upfield railway line on weekday evenings, Saturdays and Sundays. Both the Upfield railway line and the North Coburg tram route pretty well follow each other parallel from Brunswick Road and Sydney Road. At Bakers Road, any remaining passengers for the Upfield railway line were transferred to a bus, which then stopped at all railway stations north of Bakers Road along the Upfield railway line. Only in recent years has a full service without tram substitution been introduced back to the Upfield railway line.
North Coburg Bakers Road will be the final stop.
Next stop, North Coburg Route.
Thank you.